Jimmy Lundy taking on Jeremy Lester, and the tale of the tape is brought to you by the www.midwestsportstv.com, where you can check out fight footage, fight interviews, as well as local news. And Jimmy Lundy, I beg your pardon, is 34 years old. He's from Indianapolis, Indiana. He's a framer by day, 5 feet 10, 166 pounds. Like I said, making his pro debut. Jeremy Lester, 32 years old, from Akron, Ohio. He's an electrician by day, 5 feet 11, 166 and a half pounds. Referee for this bout is Edwin Roman, veteran of 15 years refereeing fights.
Jeremy Lester looks to be in great shape tonight for this fight. Will that be necessarily a guaranteed victory? No. But Jeremy looks like he's really been disciplined and trained, and in talking with him today, he's very focused on this. He's very dedicated to the sport, and he's also a student of the game, where he respects the past and he wants to make his mark in the future.
Both guys a little bit older, making their pro debuts, and most of the time they'll have some experience in kind of tough man competitions, or most of the time a lot of amateur experience, but I'm not necessarily sure that any of these two have amateur experience, so it'll be interesting to see how these two look in the ring tonight.
Jeremy had a little bit of success in the tough man competition, but George Lindberger realized that he was better off in the boxing scene versus the tough man scene, and that's what he's been doing ever since.
And Lester looks in phenomenal shape for this bout for his pro debut. Lester has the red shorts trimmed with white with the black gloves. Lundy counters with the blue shorts trimmed in white with red gloves. And right away, both men kind of slugging out straight left hand by Lester. Knocks down Jeremy Lundy very early on in this fight. Looked like a flash knockdown, George.
Straight shot by Lester, put him right on his back. Didn't seem to be that hard of a shot, but we're out here and they're in there.
So we'll see how Jeremy Lester can follow up with that big knockdown, that early knockdown of Lundy. And Lundy looks a little flabby to the body, so we'll see if Lester can work that body and maybe get him out of there before the end of the round.
Jimmy Lundy needs to survive this round. He's stunned right now. He got his first professional shot, and now we got to see how he reacts too as a professional.
Both men swinging wildly now, and Lester starts to pummel Lundy in the corner, and Lundy kind of turns around, and no, you don't want to do that. Lester, continuous unanswered shots, big left hand, stinging left hands to the body, but Lundy stays in there and gets out of the corner, and showing tremendous heart right now.
Jeremy Lester's in complete control of this fight. He's picking his shots. Seems like he's having a little bit of fun out there with his shots.
Wild swinging left hand by Jeremy Lundy misses, and Jimmy Lundy misses, and Jeremy Lester in complete control of this fight right now. The left-hander is working the 1-2s, right jab followed up by straight left hands, and it looks like possibly Lundy was not expecting a southpaw tonight.
I don't think Lundy was expecting a lot of things tonight, and Jimmy Lundy, I think, is getting a welcomed awakening into the sport of professional boxing. Jeremy Lester, again, like we said before, is not well seasoned in the ring, but he's seasoned mentally. They call him big guns, and I think he's using both guns tonight.
Nice left hand lands over the top for Lundy, but has no effect on Jeremy Lester, and he again starts to work combinations to the head and body of Jimmy Lundy. It only looks like a matter of time before Lester can get Lundy out whenever he wants, but seems to have slowed down the pace a little bit.
Yeah, Jeremy Lester is going back to a little bit of boxing. I think he wants to get some work in, too. I think he wants to get some rounds in. I don't think he necessarily wants to see this fight end quickly in a knockout.
Wild swings out of Jimmy Lundy just leave him wide open for Jeremy Lester counter shots, and Lester is about to come off the first round of his professional career and has to be happy as he scores a knockdown and was in complete control throughout that first round.
A 10-8 round is a nice way to start your professional career. Jeremy Lester does not seem winded in the corner, whereas Jimmy Lundy, I think, is maybe realizing why he's in the ring.
Lester what he needs to do in this second round. I don't think that he wants to take this guy for granted and go the rounds. If you have a possibility to stop the fight early, that's what you need to do. For his pro debut, nothing would go better than to have a knockout in his professional debut in his hometown of Akron. He's got a good crowd following out here, and Jimmy Lundy just looks like he's trying to survive over there, and a lot of wild swings out of Jimmy Lundy as well.
I couldn't hear you next to me, Antonio, when Jeremy scored that knockdown. This crowd is very pro Jeremy Lester, and that's also good to a young fighter to know he's got a instant fan base, people that want to come out, see him win, and will help him catapult himself into a career.
And both fighters get ready for round two. Lundy tries a leaping left hand that misses, and a little short jab to the body lands for Lester, but not much power on that. And Lundy's going to try the straight left hands, the lead left hands, to try to see if that will have any effect on Jeremy Lester.
I think Jeremy's right now just trying to figure out where Jimmy Lundy's coming from right now and to start picking his shots, which you can obviously he's doing right now. And he's got Jimmy in a lot of trouble.
And big left hand, and Lundy just turns around, and Lester continuing to pummel Lundy again, has him in the corner, unanswered shots. Lundy kind of just is totally out of gas, and just this fight is going to be stopped at any time.
He's out of gas, and the referee can jump in at any time right now and stop this fight.
Nice left hand, really stuns Lundy by Lester. And again, an accumulation of punches and the fact that Lundy is tired and fatigued, which had catapulted that knockdown.
Well, Lundy looks like he got a sudden burst of energy when he popped up there from the knockdown. He lost his mouthpiece.
Referee Edwin Roman is going to call time and give Jimmy Lundy a little bit of extra time as he gets that mouthpiece rinsed. And kind of a smart thing to do if you're Jimmy Lundy. Buy yourself a little bit of time, as he was clearly shaken up.
Absolutely. He could use all the rest he needs right now. And we'll see if Jeremy Lester can finish him off in this round.
And the punches are clearly affecting Lundy. He's got his back turned to him now, and this fight should be stopped. Edwin Roman looking in very closely at Lundy, and another knockdown by Jeremy Lester.
It looks like his corner wants to stop the fight here. And
the corner is up.
His corner threw the towel in.
Jeremy Lester is successful in his professional debut. Second round knockout for Jeremy Lester. And
he's visibly excited, and he should be.
Absolutely. Did what he needed to do.
He fought a beautiful fight. He worked his jab, worked his combinations, and he's being a good sport. And in the spirit of sportsmanship, congratulating Jimmy Lundy for getting in the ring. And a lot of people out there might criticize others in the ring, but until you step into that squared circle, it's hard to really explain what it's like.
So it'll be a long drive home for Jimmy Lundy as he loses his pro debut from Indianapolis, Indiana. Jeremy Lester, on the other hand, Akron's own, goes to 1-0 with one knockout. More